Hi friends, we're back for more today about Ayurveda. We're going to be talking about Vata Dosha. Now in Ayurveda there are three doshas, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. Vata is a combination of two of the five bioelements. It is a combination of ether or space. So this is one of the elements that it's the element that is the hardest to actually perceive because it's space. It's like the absence. But in the absence, there is so much. And that, my friends, is Vata energy. It's also represented by the element of air. So Vata is a combination of ether or space as well as air. And first, we're just going to talk about the qualities of ether or space. Now, ether and space, like I said, harder to perceive because it's not as obvious as, say, like fire or water or earth. It's the most subtle of the five bioelements. We perceive it through the ears via sound waves. The qualities of ether and space include clear, light, and subtle. The functions of ether and space include expansion and vibration. So this is what we're talking about when you hear things like, good vibes, bad vibes, we're on the same wavelength, increase your vibrational frequency. That all has to do with ether and space in that sort of energetic, subtle energetic field. Now, an example of ether and space as it's represented in the human body is the mother's womb. That's cool. And also the heartbeat, because the heart is this amazing vibrational electromagnetic field of its own. So the second element represented in Vata energy is air. And air, of course, is perceived through touch via the skin. The functions of air include movement and mobility. You don't notice it until the wind's blowing and you see the tree moving or the leaves rustling or the flowers moving in the wind. The qualities of air include light, cold, and dry. And Vata, as I said, is a combination of ether and air. It's represented in the body with the skin and the ears, which makes sense because we perceive ether through the ears, through sound waves. The senses associated with Vata are sound and touch. The qualities of Vata are clear, light, subtle, cold, and dry. So the qualities of air and ether. The functions of Vata are expansion, vibration, movement, and mobility. So everything that's moving in the body is governed by Vata. So each dosha is expressed according to characteristics, traits, colors, qualities, functions, smells, seasons, even the time of day, and much more. So the colors associated with Vata are black, brown, and gray. The smell would be like the smell of turmeric. The taste of pungent, bitter, and astringent. The elements of air and ether, as I've said. The qualities of Vata are dry, light, cold, rough, subtle, and mobile. The functions of Vata include stimulation, initiation, causing movement. The example would be the circulation of blood through the body. The body systems associated with Vata are the nervous system, the muscular and skeletal systems. The body region associated with Vata is below the waist, which is how we move with our legs, with our hips. The time of life of Vata is old age. So think about that. As a person ages, they get kind of drier, they get smaller, they may be colder because their metabolism isn't as strong, and their glands are all starting to wither away, essentially. They're less potent, less powerful. The time of day associated with Vata is the evening and the nighttime, the cooler, darker times. And cosmically, the significance of Vata is destroyer energy, destructive energy. Not in a bad way, just in a necessary way. Vata increases in the rainy season and in the summertime. Vata embodies the energy of movement and is often associated with wind and the air element. It's linked mentally to creativity and flexibility. So if you're someone with a Vata dosha predominating, chances are you have a very active mind. It's like thought, 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 thought. You know, you have lots of ideas, you have lots of inspiration, you're maybe very creative, very artistic, and when you are bounced out, you are good to go. I mean, you're working on different projects, you have so much inspiration, you're in the flow, and you are just creating, producing, sharing, and really a clear light channel for divine inspiration. So a balanced Vata mind is exceptionally productive and exceptionally inspired. Vata governs all movement, so the flow of the breath, when we're practicing yoga asanas, for example, and we're focusing on linking breath and movement, we are essentially harnessing Vata energy, which is awesome because this is, creative life force energy that we're harnessing. It's also destructive life force energy that we're harnessing. So either way you look at it, you want to harness it. You don't want to be governed by Vata, involuntarily. You want to be mastering it and balanced and on top of things. Vata is also represented in the pulsation of the heart, that vibration of your heart center. It's present in all muscular contractions, so all kinds of involuntary, involuntary muscular contractions. It's present in the tissue movements, in cellular mobility, and it's present in the communication throughout the mind and the nervous system. So as you can see, Vata is all pervasive. All of the doshas are. So just because you predominate in Vata doesn't mean you don't have Pitta and Kapha as well. People also vary in the extent to which a dosha or two predominates. So you might see a classic Vata person and they are just like this little tiny wiry person who is fit and active, and you can't really even pin them down because they always seem to be moving or talking or creating or just really kind of in the flow of life, running around, busy, 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 can't stop them. And as I talked about in the raw food diet for Vasa video, when they're imbalanced, they are prone to more anxiety and worrying and things like that. This is also a person who maybe doesn't eat that frequently or will be so busy and absorbed in whatever they're doing that they forget to eat. That's really common. They're also someone who might be cold all the time. Again, they don't have a lot of body fat, so in a colder environment, they're going to be more sensitive to the cold. Other qualities of Vata, chances are this is someone who likes the cardio and likes working out and maybe is always dancing or singing. Um, Someone with a lot of energy typically. And, they're really fun to be around. They can be forgetful, memory wise. They're really, really quick to learn, but also very quick to forget. And, these are pretty gregarious, fun people to be around. Very social, very talkative, very energetic. So, if any of these resonate with you, you might be Vata Dosha. I think it's really interesting how Ayurveda ties in with astrology too. So, if you feel like your Vata Dosha predominates, you might also have a lot of air in your astrological chart. So that's something interesting to look into as well, how your doshic balance maps onto your astrological chart. So look into that. Anyway, that's all for today. Like if you like, subscribe if you want to hear more. We'll be digging into the other doshas and lots of other awesome stuff. In the meantime, click the link in the description to get a free copy of my book, Raw Food Ayurveda, 45 sweet, low-fat, raw vegan recipes with recommendations to help you balance your dosha, because a raw food diet is totally doable for any doshic balance, hypothetically. So I'll be seeing you next time. In the meantime, be creative, enjoy your Vata energy, and we will talk soon. Bye.